Welcome, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're revealing the top 5 rarest and most valuable Washington quarter dollars that could be hiding in your collection. These coins aren't just pocket change, they're worth big money. Let's get started. First up, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that at first glance may seem ordinary, actually holds hidden treasures for collectors and numismatists alike. Despite lacking a mint mark, this coin can command values as high as $27,200 in today's market, especially when found in exceptional condition or possessing rare errors. This seemingly common quarter, part of the first series struck without silver content, has gained legendary status among coin enthusiasts due to its historical context, minting changes, and exceptional examples that defy the odds. It's not just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of a pivotal moment in American numismatic history. In 1965, the U.S. Mint introduced a major change in coinage by removing silver from quarters, opting instead for a clad composition of copper and nickel. This shift was a response to rising silver prices and a national coin shortage. Prior to this, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. As a result, 1965 quarters marked the beginning of a new era. However, not all 1965 quarters are created equal. Some rare varieties were mistakenly struck on silver planchets or have unique errors that significantly enhance their value. These anomalies, when authenticated and preserved in top condition, can turn an everyday coin into a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. One of the key reasons a 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter can reach a market value of $27,200 is due to its minting on a 90% silver planchet. These errors occurred during the transitional phase from silver to clad coinage. A few leftover silver blanks from 1964 were mistakenly used in the presses, resulting in extremely rare and highly sought-after coins. Collectors and grading companies like PCGS and NGC verify such coins through weight analysis and metal testing. A silver 1965 quarter will weigh approximately 6.25 grams, whereas a standard clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. This small difference in weight can signal a massive difference in value. Another factor contributing to the value is the coin's condition and strike quality. Coins that are in mint state, MS condition, especially those graded MS 67 or higher, are exceedingly rare. High-grade examples with full details and minimal blemishes can attract intense bidding at auctions. Collectors prize these pristine specimens, particularly if they also exhibit unique characteristics like doubling, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. The highest recorded sale of a 1965 Washington quarter, reaching $27,200, was likely due to its immaculate condition combined with a rare minting anomaly. These top-tier examples are often slabbed and encapsulated by professional grading companies, preserving their condition and enhancing their appeal. The 1965 quarter is also notable for the fact that it lacks a mint mark, a detail that adds to its mystique. From 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint deliberately omitted mint marks to discourage coin hoarding during the coin shortage. This decision makes it difficult to determine exactly where each coin was struck, adding an air of mystery to the already intriguing 1965 issue. While most of these quarters were produced in large quantities, the few that escaped with errors or were preserved in extraordinary condition continue to surprise collectors with their impressive values. Collectors seeking valuable 1965 quarters should pay attention to several factors: weight, luster, strike quality, and any signs of errors such as doubling or misalignment. It's important to use a precise digital scale to identify any that might have been struck on silver planchets. Additionally, coins with sharp details, especially in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse, suggest a high-quality strike, which can significantly increase desirability and price. Eye appeal is critical. Coins with original, luster and minimal contact marks are always in demand. Grading plays a crucial role in determining the value of a 1965 quarter. Coins graded MS 65 or higher are scarce and fetch higher prices, while those in lower grades are generally worth face value unless they exhibit rare errors. It's essential to submit any potentially valuable 1965 quarter to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate its features and ensure proper valuation. A coin in MS 68 condition is a true rarity, and could easily attract collectors willing to pay thousands of dollars. Beyond its metal composition and condition, the 1965 Washington Quarter holds historical significance that further fuels collector interest. As the first clad quarter, it symbolizes the end of the silver coin era in the United States. This historical transition makes the coin a key piece in any serious collection. The shift in minting policy marks a turning point not only in coin production, but also in the economic history of the nation, making this coin far more than just pocket change. In addition to its numismatic importance, the 1965 quarter reflects the broader social and economic changes of its time. The United States in the mid-1960s was undergoing massive transformation, from civil rights movements to space exploration, and the decision to remove silver from coins was part of a broader effort to adapt to changing economic realities. Owning a rare and valuable 1965 quarter is like holding a piece of that transformative era in your hand, making it an artifact of both economic and cultural importance. Collectors and treasure hunters across the globe continue to search through old change, coin rolls, and estate collections in hopes of finding one of these rare and valuable pieces. The thrill of discovering a 1965 quarter with a rare error or in near-perfect condition keeps the hunt alive. Even today, such a discovery could mean a substantial financial reward, proving that numismatics is not just a hobby, but a potential avenue for investment and historical discovery. The market for these coins remains strong, driven by both rarity and collector demand. Auction houses have seen surprising bids for high-grade and error 1965 quarters, showing that interest in this transitional coin is far from fading. As grading standards become more precise and coin technology advances, the ability to distinguish rare varieties will only improve, possibly bringing more hidden treasures to light. Coin shows, online marketplaces, and collector forums are buzzing with discussions about these elusive quarters, and each new discovery adds to the legend. Next up, the 1970 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark is one of the most fascinating and rare finds in the world of numismatics, and its market value can reach up to $25,000 under the right conditions. This coin, unlike the more commonly discussed 1965 quarter, has its own unique story, historical background, and mysterious anomalies that captivate collectors across the globe. What sets the 1970 no-mint-mark quarter apart is not just its age or composition, but a rare and incredibly valuable mint error that has elevated it into the upper echelons of collectible U.S. coins. This isn't just a quarter, it's a hidden gem, a numismatic marvel waiting to be discovered by a lucky collector. To fully appreciate the value of the 1970 quarter dollar, we must understand the era in which it was minted. The 1970s were a time of political transformation, technological innovation, and shifting economic landscapes in the United States. The U.S. Mint, by this time, had fully transitioned away from using silver in circulating coins, having adopted the copper-nickel-clad composition 5 years earlier. So, by all means, the 1970 quarter should be a standard-clad coin with little intrinsic value beyond face value. However, what makes this particular coin worth up to $25,000 is a sensational and rare mint error. Some examples were mistakenly struck on proof planchets intended for coins of a completely different denomination or origin. This kind of error is not just a mechanical slip-up. It's a one-in-a-million mistake that transforms an ordinary coin into a treasure of epic proportions. One of the most famous examples of the 1970 no-mint-mark quarter that fetched an extraordinary price was struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter. This astonishing mint error combined two different countries' coinage histories into one extremely rare and collectible piece. The undercoin, a 1941 silver Canadian quarter, was mistakenly fed into the U.S. Mint's presses during the striking of the 1970 quarters, resulting in a coin with dual histories. You can actually see traces of the original Canadian coin's design beneath the 1970 U.S. imagery, an unmistakable and mind-blowing feature that has drawn immense attention from collectors, auction houses, and coin experts. Such hybrid minting errors are among the rarest in the coin world and are virtually impossible to fake due to their unique composition and layered imagery. While the standard 1970 quarter is still part of everyday circulation and can be found without a mint mark indicating it was produced in Philadelphia, It's these special error coins that command extraordinary value. Regular 1970 quarters without errors or exceptional conditions hold only modest collector interest. However, when a coin is found with a rare mint error, such as being struck on the wrong planchet, its value skyrockets. A coin struck on a silver planchet in a time when only clad coins should exist is immediately flagged by professional grading services as an ultra-rarity. The $25,000 valuation for such a coin comes not from hype, but from real-world auctions where collectors have fiercely competed to acquire one-of-a-kind specimens. Another important factor in assessing the value of a 1970 quarter is its condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with high grades, especially those graded MS67 or higher, are always in high demand. The eye appeal of such a coin, including luster, strike sharpness, and surface cleanliness, plays a massive role in the valuation. A 1970 quarter that also contains a dramatic error and is preserved in mint state condition becomes the ultimate collector's dream. Professional grading and authentication from organizations like PCGS and NGC are essential for verifying such coins, as the market for high-value coins demands accuracy and trust. Without proper authentication, even a genuine error coin might not fetch its true value. The story of the 25,000 1970 quarter serves as a reminder of how extraordinary finds can still be made in the world of coins. While millions of 1970 quarters were minted, it only takes one dramatic error or anomaly to create a piece that can command thousands of dollars. It's the kind of discovery that makes hobbyists comb through rolls of change, scour flea markets, and search old collections with renewed enthusiasm. Unlike many rare coins that have long been taken out of circulation or locked away in vaults, these types of errors occasionally surface in everyday places, giving hope to treasure hunters everywhere. What truly sets the 1970 no-mint-mark quarter apart from other coins like the 1965 quarter is its unique error origin, its striking dual nationality history, and the fact that it is a relatively modern coin that has fetched vintage-level values. It is not the result of a mass minting anomaly like some 1960s coins. It is the product of a singular moment of human error or oversight at the mint, creating a coin so rare that only a handful exist. Each of these rare coins has its own fingerprint. Subtle differences in how the underlying coin shows through, or slight variations in how the overstrike was aligned, which makes each example a one-of-a-kind artifact. Beyond the error coins, there's also growing collector interest in high-grade proof, or special strike quarters from this era. While not as valuable as the legendary mint error, coins from special mint sets or those with deeply mirrored finishes and flawless details can still command premium prices. These coins reflect the artistry and precision of the minting process, and their limited mintage adds to their allure. For collectors building type sets, year sets, or mint error collections, the 1970 quarter represents a key piece, especially those with a well-documented and authenticated provenance. The market for rare U.S. coins is always evolving, and coins, like the 1970 quarter, are becoming more recognized as serious investment pieces. Their rarity, coupled with the fascinating stories behind their creation, ensures strong demand among elite collectors. Coin auctions frequently highlight these rarities, and media coverage often brings them into the spotlight, boosting both awareness and desirability. As more collectors seek to add rare U.S. errors to their collections, the competition and market value for the 1970 error quarter continue to grow. Even today, collectors and enthusiasts are encouraged to carefully examine their 1970 quarters. While most may be ordinary, the potential of finding one with a dramatic mint error or unique strike can turn an overlooked coin into a high-value collectible. Digital scales, magnifying glasses, and knowledge of planchet types can aid in identifying a coin that might otherwise be spent as loose change. Those who are persistent, patient, and well-informed stand a chance at uncovering a coin that could be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars. In conclusion, the 1970 no-mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is a fascinating and extraordinary piece of numismatic history. While it may look like any other coin at first glance, certain rare examples possess exceptional characteristics that catapult their value to as high as $25,000. This is not a tale of widespread minting errors or broad speculation. This is the story of a unique, ultra-rare coin born of a specific and remarkable mistake. Whether struck on a foreign planchet, a leftover silver blank, or preserved in nearly flawless condition, these coins remain among the most prized discoveries in the numismatic world. Collectors who appreciate both the artistry and the anomalies of coinage will find the 1970 quarter not just valuable, but unforgettable. Next up, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark may look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but beneath its copper-nickel-clad surface lies a story that fascinates seasoned collectors and numismatic experts alike. Unlike the EI 1970 quarter, which is famous for being struck on a foreign planchet, the 1974 no mint mark quarter is prized for a different and equally compelling reason: extremely rare mint errors and a very limited number of exceptionally high-grade specimens. Though hundreds of millions were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, hence the lack of a mint mark, only a few unique versions have surfaced in the collecting world that are valued as high as $22,900 today. These rare gems are not just coins. They are pieces of accidental art, born from precision mechanics gone slightly awry, preserved by fate, and now hunted by collectors across the world. To understand what makes the 1974 no mint mark quarter so valuable, we must first consider the era in which it was created. America was in the midst of economic changes, dealing with inflation and preparing for major design overhauls that would eventually come later in the decade. The Washington quarter had already moved away from silver by this time, fully adopting the copper-nickel-clad composition. The standard 1974 quarters were mass-produced for circulation and have virtually no intrinsic metal value. But as every serious collector knows, rarity and error play a much greater role in a coin's value than metal content alone. And that is exactly where the story of the 1974 quarter gets interesting. A small number of 1974 quarters exhibit dramatic minting errors that defy expectation. One of the most coveted is the quarter that was mistakenly struck on a 40% silver planchet, an alloy that was no longer being used for quarters after 1970. How this leftover silver blank made its way into the 1974 minting process remains a mystery, but its existence is a verified fact. Collectors who come across one of these silver-struck errors can immediately feel the difference in weight, and when professionally tested, the results confirm an extremely rare and valuable mistake. These silver error coins have sold for up to $22,900 in top condition, especially when graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC with certification that confirms their authenticity and error details. Another version of the 1974 quarter that fetches high prices in the market is those with deeply struck double dies, off-center strikes, or highly reflective proof-like surfaces. While these might seem like minor imperfections to the untrained eye, in the world of numismatics, they are pure gold. A well-centered double die obverse can multiply a coin's value dramatically. If the coin also happens to be in mint state, especially MS67 or above, it becomes a prime candidate for high-stakes auctions. These quarters often attract multiple bidders, driving the price up due to their extreme rarity and the excitement that surrounds every unique find. The absence of a mint mark adds another layer of intrigue. Since all Philadelphia minted coins during this time were released without a mint mark, collectors have to rely heavily on the coin's strike quality, planchet anomalies, and condition to determine its true value. The best specimens are those that show crisp details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse, with minimal wear and flawless surfaces. A coin that combines these traits with a verified error, such as being struck on the wrong planchet or a dramatic die clash, instantly becomes a collector's trophy piece. Unlike the 1970 quarter, whose fame largely stems from its connection to a Canadian coin, the 1974 quarter tells a story that is firmly rooted in American minting history. Its rarity comes not from a foreign crossover, but from internal inconsistencies, leftover blanks, and striking anomalies that slipped past quality control. It is this domestic mystery, this purely American oddity, that gives the 1974 quarter its own distinct appeal. Every time a collector finds one that deviates from the norm, they become part of an investigative journey into the U.S. Mint's mechanical past, a past where one small mistake created a modern treasure. Furthermore, the 1974 Overmintmark Quarter has seen a steady rise in market interest due to its increasing rarity and the expanding number of collectors looking for mid-20th century mint errors. With high-grade examples fetching as much as $22,900, the coin has become a focal point in many coin shows and online auctions. Numismatic publications and expert panels often cite it as one of the top hidden gems still potentially discoverable in circulation. This has led to a surge of interest from both new and veteran collectors who now examine every 1974 quarter in their possession, hoping to spot the subtle signs of a valuable error. What makes the 1974 quarter truly stand apart is how it continues to surprise the collecting community. Every few years, a new variant is discovered, whether it be a slightly off-center strike, a weakly struck reverse, or a brilliant uncirculated example with near-proof-like features. These finds are a testament to the fact that despite mass production, the minting process is never immune to the unexpected. Each coin carries the potential for uniqueness, and for the 1974 quarter, that uniqueness can be worth thousands. The market for these coins remains highly competitive. Auctions often see intense bidding wars for verified error coins and superb examples, especially those accompanied by professional grading reports. While there are not many publicly known examples of the most valuable 1974 quarters, the few that have made it to auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers have proven that this coin can command serious attention and big money. Prices vary depending on condition, rarity of the error, and overall eye appeal. But one thing is clear. When a 1974 quarter with an exceptional characteristic hits the market, collectors are quick to act. In today's numismatic market, the 1974 Overmintmark Quarter stands as a reminder that even in a sea of common coins, rare treasures still exist. It tells a different story from the 1970 Error Quarter, one grounded in unusual domestic mishaps rather than international overlaps. Yet both coins share a common legacy, that of transforming everyday change into a collector's dream. For those who appreciate the subtlety of mint errors and the thrill of uncovering rarity in the most unexpected places, the 1974 quarter represents more than money. It's history, mystery, and value, all pressed into a single coin. Market value overview. The 1974 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark has gained significant recognition in the numismatic community, not just for its historical value, but also for its impressive market price. Depending on the type of error and the condition of the coin, its value can range from a few $100s to an astonishing $22,900. Coins that are struck on a 40% silver planchet or feature dramatic double die errors, particularly in uncirculated condition with MS67 or higher grades, are the most valuable. These high-grade coins with verified mint errors are typically sold at major coin auctions and often generate intense competition. As more collectors enter the field and focus on mint error coins, the demand for the rare 1974 quarter continues to rise, making it not just a collector's item, but also a potential investment for the future. Next up, the 1982 Washington quarter with the D mint mark may appear as just another common coin from the Reagan-era pocket change, but for sharp-eyed collectors and serious numismatists, it represents a fascinating and rare discovery that's turning heads across the world of rare coin collecting. Unlike the 1974 quarter, which is notable for its mysterious mint errors and hidden silver strikes, the 1982 D quarter holds its place in numismatic history due to a unique combination of low production quality, missing details, and extremely limited high-grade survivors. What truly sets this coin apart is the rare occurrence of no mint mark weak strikes and the absence of a mint-produced proof set in 1982, leading to fewer well-preserved coins. The most astonishing fact? A superb gem-quality 1982 D quarter has fetched a jaw-dropping $21,700 at auction, proving this unassuming coin is anything but ordinary. To appreciate why the 1982 D quarter is so sought after, we must look at the context in which it was minted. During the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint faced significant budget constraints, which led to cost-cutting measures. One of these decisions was to not produce mint sets in 1982 and 1983, meaning that collectors could not purchase the year's coins. in pristine, uncirculated condition directly from the mint. The only quarters from these years that exist today in high grade were pulled directly from circulation by sheer luck or preserved with great care by private collectors. As a result, finding an original sharply struck 1982D Washington quarter in mint state 67 or higher is incredibly rare. What makes this coin's story even more thrilling is its notoriously weak strike and lack of detail, especially around Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. These design elements were often barely impressed due to worn dies and hasty production. However, this flaw became a blessing in disguise. Collectors today are not just looking for these common weak strikes, they're hunting for the rare exception. A 1982D quarter with full detail, a bold strike, and a flawless surface, which is almost impossible to find. These few rare survivors, when certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC with grades of MS67 or above, become instant stars in the collector's market. And that's exactly what happened with the legendary $21,500 sale. A dazzling example of the 1982D quarter that had nearly perfect strike quality and extraordinary luster, untouched by circulation. The shock among collectors was not just about the price, but about how such a modern-era coin could rival the value of 19th-century rarities. It disrupted expectations, challenged old assumptions, and proved once again that modern coins, when combined with scarcity and quality, can compete at the highest levels of numismatic value. Unlike the 1974 quarter, whose value often depends on mysterious planchet mix-ups or minting errors like double dies, the 1982D quarter is all about survivability and high grade. It's a coin where the absence of attention from the mint and the general public actually added to its eventual worth. The fact that there were no collector-grade mint sets meant that most of the 1982D quarters went straight into daily circulation, suffering scratches, dings, and wear. Only a precious few avoided this fate, and these are the coins that now sit atop auction houses, commanding figures north of $20,000. Another key factor boosting the value of the 1982D quarter is the changing awareness in the collecting world. For decades, the focus was mostly on older coins or highly visible mint errors. But with the rise of advanced coin grading and digital auction platforms, collectors began to appreciate how difficult it is to find certain modern coins in pristine condition. The 1982D quarter became a standout in this new wave of appreciation, a true modern rarity, not because of a dramatic error, but because of its unintended lack of premium production and preservation. This coin has also sparked a new kind of collecting behavior, treasure hunting and pocket change. Since the 1982D quarter was minted in relatively high numbers, over 480 million, it's not uncommon to find one in circulation today. But finding one in mint condition with a full, strong strike and brilliant luster is a completely different story. Collectors now check every 1982D quarter they come across, hoping for that one-in-a-million gem that could transform into a five-figure payday. It's a numismatic lottery that has created massive excitement across the hobby. The story of the 1982D Washington Quarter reminds us that value can arise not only from age or historical events, but also from the perfect storm of overlooked rarity, production flaws, and survival odds. This coin is not about dramatic errors. It's about how hard it is to find the perfect version of what was once seen as an ordinary object. That's the beauty of numismatics. Hidden treasures can lie anywhere, even in a coin minted just a few decades ago. It's a thrilling chase, a test of observation, and a reward for persistence. And unlike the 1974 quarter, which tells a story of leftover blanks and internal mint errors, the 1982D quarter is a reflection of economic pressure and unintentional scarcity. It's a coin born out of fiscal austerity and historical oversight, now reborn as a collector's dream. It speaks not of minting mistakes, but of the few flawless survivors in a world full of flawed companions. It is, in every way, a modern miracle in metal. Market value. Overview. The 1982D Washington Quarter has stunned collectors with its market value, especially in recent years. While most of these quarters are still circulating in worn condition, a single superb gem-quality example sold for a staggering $21,500. What drives this value is a blend of rarity, condition, and historical circumstances, particularly the lack of mint sets in 1982. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that have survived in near-perfect shape, with strong strikes and minimal imperfections. As more people become aware of the hidden value of this unassuming coin, its market continues to grow, making it one of the most unexpected and rewarding modern coins in U.S. numismatic history. Next up, the 1987 Washington Quarter with the D mint mark is a remarkable modern coin that has surprised even seasoned collectors with its soaring market value and growing demand. While the 1982 D Quarter is famous for the absence of mint sets and weak strikes, the 1987 D tells a completely different story, one rooted in brilliant preservation, flawless surface quality, and the rarity of finding such an example in near-perfect condition. Though millions were minted, the true treasure lies in discovering one in pristine, untouched mint state, especially at the highest grading tiers where value skyrockets. One such extraordinary piece has been sold for a jaw-dropping $17,000, proving that this seemingly ordinary coin is anything but typical when it comes to rarity and collector interest. The 1987 D Washington Quarter was produced at the Denver Mint, with over 655 million coins struck that year. At a glance, it may seem like there's nothing rare about it. However, rarity in the world of modern quarters is not always about low-mintage. It's often about survival in exceptional condition. Most of these quarters entered circulation immediately, used in daily transactions, vending machines, and cash drawers, suffering wear and tear over time. What collectors now look for is a high-grade coin with razor-sharp detail, rich luster, no scratches, and perfect centering, a virtually flawless example that is almost never seen in the wild. What makes the 1987 D Quarter so fascinating is that it's not about an obvious minting error, a dramatic mistrike, or a rare planchet. Its value is born from the extreme difficulty of finding one in top-tier condition, especially graded MS68 or above by trusted certification services like PCGS or NGC. These grading levels are exceedingly rare, and competition among collectors for such specimens is intense. A single coin in MS68 condition stunned the collecting world when it was auctioned for $17,000, catapulting the 1987 D Quarter into the elite ranks of valuable modern coins. Unlike the 1982 D Quarter, which suffered from poor strike quality and economic production challenges, the 1987 D had relatively improved minting standards. Yet, ironically, that made collectors even less likely to save them at the time, since they appeared too common to be special. As a result, very few were set aside and preserved. The passage of time has revealed that high-grade survivors are far scarcer than anyone expected, especially those with full luster, well-struck details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, and no contact marks from handling or rolling. In addition to condition, toning and eye appeal also play a role in market value. Collectors pay premiums for coins that develop attractive natural coloration from years of careful storage. Quarters with brilliant surfaces, mirror-like fields, or vibrant toning patterns are in extremely high demand. These visual qualities add to the uniqueness of a coin, making each gem-grade 1987 D Quarter a one-of-a-kind piece. When combined with a top-tier grade, this level of preservation is what justifies the five-figure auction results. The rise in value for coins like the 1987 D Quarter reflects a broader shift in the numismatic world. As older classic coins become harder and more expensive to acquire, many collectors are turning to modern-era issues, hunting for the hidden gems from the 1980s and beyond. These coins often go unnoticed in circulation or even in personal coin jars, but their potential for high returns, when in exceptional condition, is now widely recognized. The 1987 D Quarter, once dismissed as ordinary, is now a symbol of how modern coins can command staggering prices when preserved and graded properly. Another interesting element in the story of the 1987 D Quarter is the growing interest from younger collectors and investors, many of whom are looking for affordable entry points into the world of rare coins. This coin offers a perfect blend of modern history, minting precision, and unexpected value, making it an ideal piece for both novice and expert collectors. It serves as a reminder that the next great numismatic treasure might not come from a distant century, but from the very pocket change of the 1980s. What sets the 1987 D apart from earlier coins like the 1982 D quarter is its better overall production quality and overlooked scarcity in gem condition, rather than being the result of missing mint sets or weak strikes. It's a coin whose value is determined not by errors or missteps, but by the sheer difficulty of finding perfection among the millions produced. It's a true testament to the evolving landscape of rare coin collecting, where age is no longer the only measure of value, and modern rarities are earning a rightful place among the greats. Market value. Overview. The 1987 D Washington Quarter has taken its place among the most surprising modern coin stars. With most examples showing wear from circulation, finding one in mint state 68 or higher is exceedingly rare. It's these near-flawless examples that have made headlines, with one pristine specimen selling for an astonishing $17,000. Collectors are drawn not just to the date or mint mark, but to the challenge of acquiring a coin that has survived decades in perfect form. As awareness of this coin's rarity grows, its value continues to rise, securing its legacy as one of the most remarkable Washington quarters of the modern era. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable coin, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin discoveries and hidden treasures from the world of numismatics. Your support helps us bring even more valuable information and fascinating stories about rare coins straight to you. Stay tuned for the next exciting find.